Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Wallet Reset. It's your host, Mike Malbro. And as always, I'm about to show you some pretty cool stuff about how you can make more money, how you can grow your wealth, especially if you're starting from scratch, if you're a beginner, if you're somebody who has to start over all over again. This is the channel for you. So be sure to subscribe and comment. Give me a thumbs up if at any time this video blows your mind. So going right into it, I'm about to talk to you guys about how to, well, really not just how to set up a high converting squeeze page, but what is a squeeze page. I'm about to actually teach you what a squeeze page is and how you can set one up that does really, really well. So first, let's talk about what a squeeze page is. So most of you guys have probably already been exposed on some level to a squeeze page, no matter if you know it or not. If you've ever been to a website that asks you to sign up to get an account, or to sign up for something for free, or even to buy something, on some level, you've been exposed to a squeeze page. Now, on their pages, they may call it like a shopping cart, or they might there's a lot of different ways that it can be done. And traditionally, people don't see a shopping cart as a squeeze page, but believe me, it is. Because the goal of that page is to get your contact information. Okay, so a squeeze page essentially is any page that you go to online, not even online, it could be anywhere, but it's something to get you to give them your contact information in exchange for something of value. All right, so now that we've covered what a squeeze page is very basically and very simply, I'm going to actually tell you how to set up a high converting squeeze page, okay? So now, a high converting squeeze page is very simple in terms of the mechanisms of what you have to have technology wise. And if you want to start your own online business, you need a squeeze page on some level. And I have a course for you guys called Starter's Formula. It's down in the description below. You can get it, check it out, and go ahead and get started with your business and setting up your first squeeze page. But after you have all of that done, you really need to understand the technique behind it, right? And so here's a 4-step way to set up a very basic squeeze page that covers pretty much all of the bases that you need psychology-wise to start getting a high converting squeeze page. So number one is the offer, right? What is it that you're giving them to entice them with something in order to get them to give you their contact information? Now, in order to even write this offer, to create an offer, you have to have already done some market research. You have to have already kind of dove into who your audience is. And something that I like to do is I like to basically create what's known as a customer avatar. Now, a customer avatar is essentially, like a mock-up of the generalized version of what your audience is. So, for example, if you're dealing with entrepreneurs, it's about 39% of small business owners are Republican. A certain percentage of them are, this and that and this, blah, blah, blah. So you would have to essentially associate yourself with whatever portion of the market that you're trying to go after. Now, that doesn't mean you go after only Republicans if you're going after entrepreneurs. As an example, you might go after the 17% that are independent. And it really doesn't necessarily matter, but you have to know who you're targeting so that you can offer them something that they're going to want. You also need to know what it is that they need. Now, the only way to do that is after you know who they are, you have to know what problems they face, right? And what mind frame they're already in, what their belief system is kind of when they face that problem, because each problem is related to a belief system. What do I mean by that? That might sound a little off to some people, or a little weird to some people, but what I mean by that is, so for example, a lot of people believe Well, you have to spend at least $1,000 on advertising in order to have it really come back to you. And that's not true necessarily, but what that means is that somebody has probably told them that if they don't have $1,000, don't waste their time. Somebody has probably told them that if you're starting out and you have less than $1,000, you probably need to learn how to do SEO or some free course, which is not true at all. But you do need a budget, right? And so ultimately, what you have to understand is that for your squeeze page, you have to know what offer will please your audience by solving a problem that they deal with. All right. And then we're going to talk about how to get it, right? So in our offer, we need to know who we're talking to, what they struggle with, or what their passion is, or what they need from us. And then we need to know how they're going to get it, how they've been dealing with it in the past, right? And then we go to the second thing we're going to need, which is benefits, right? We need to know the benefits of what we're offering. And that's very actually simple, especially if you're offering something like a product or a service or something like that. Now, when I say benefits, I'm not talking about the features. So, for example, in insurance, the features of insurance is that it protects your house, it protects your car, it protects your business. It does this, right? That is what it does. That's a feature of the product. The benefit is what happens because of what it does. So like the benefit of having homeowners insurance is that if your house catches on fire, you can get the replacement costs out of your insurance, right? The benefits is that you can, if you have to stay in a hotel because your house is uninhabitable, you are covered by your insurance. You get what I'm saying? And so it's really, the benefits are the thing. It's essentially like you have to put yourself in the position of saying, worst case scenario happens, this is what my product will help you with, right? This is what my product will be able to do for you. And it's not as facts driven as it is emotionally driven, right? And it should be always attached to a fact, right? But we make decisions emotionally through logic. So you have to hit logic and then tell them how that will cover their security emotion or their confidence emotion or their give them a sense of community or what have you. And then finally, right, or excuse me, that was number 2. So benefits is number 2. Number 3, I can't even think of it now. I had it written down. Number 3 is not the call to action. Number 3 is social proof. I'm sorry for that. My brain just goofed. Social proof essentially is when you, like let's say you have testimonials or something like that, or if you can just put a Facebook like button on there and they see, XYZ number of people have liked it. That's actually social proof. If you just write down on there, join the 10,000 people who've signed up for this thing, that's social proof. It lets them know that they're not alone, right? They have to be a part of a community, right? So you need something to give them social proof. And if you don't have social proof, you have to basically find a different way to build that social proof, which is instead of having it be where there's other people you point to, you have to point out your experience, your authority, the things that you have done that can help them out. So you have to have some form of proof if you're going to get a lot more people to sign up. Anyway, that leads me to number 4, right? Which is having that call to action, which is very simply, download now or sign up now or watch the video. It's just telling them to take another action that will benefit you and benefit them. And of course, that's when they would have to pay by entering their contact information. So once you have that, you have a lead, right? Once somebody has gone through your traffic, they decided, hey, I want to check this out. You now have a lead. This is someone who has decided to take action to get a little bit more information about what it is you do or what have you. And if you did this the right way, then they may be more willing to buy your products because you've already built some authority and you already have shown that you have social proof if you have everything you need. So yeah, that's essentially the only thing that you have to have. Now, before I go deeper into what all that means you need to do, right? I want you to understand that first things first, right? The goal of this squeeze page is more important than just having a squeeze page. Now, the goal of this squeeze page is to indoctrinate the person that comes to the page. So it's not just like, okay, I'm just going to send traffic to it. People are going to either get on or leave, which is what I was taught when I first started doing marketing online was, it's a squeeze page because they only have two options. They can either sign up or leave. Now, you don't want to do that because we live in a world where people are used to squeeze pages. People are so used to them that a lot of people are literally just turned off by the fact that you're asking for them to sign up to get something. So what that means is you have to do something called building value, right? And you want to build that value before they get to the squeeze page, to the point where they know without a shadow of a doubt, when they give you their contact information, you're going to give them something of value, right? And it's not just that they're giving you their email in exchange for an item, because once they have that item, they have no reason to answer any more of your emails. They can simply unsubscribe, and you wasted $1 to get a lead or $5 to get a lead, or if you got it for free, you wasted a lot of time and effort and energy to get that lead. So you have to always try to understand your squeeze pages and your content and even your email sequences, which we'll go over in another video. You have to really understand how they are going to be how they're going to be received, where this person will be, how it kind of solves their issue, and is it something that's incentivizing them to click your links to open your emails, stuff like that. And if it doesn't do that, then you won't have success. But overall, let me go back to the things that you need to really understand with the squeeze page. Overall, the squeeze page is a part of a system. Now, that system is your traffic generation, which should build value, which should show your expertise, which should give them an idea of who you are, what your story is, why they should trust you. So that when they go to your squeeze page, it'll be high converting simply because they knew that they were going there to get something no matter what. The value has already been built, right? So the traffic really is marketing, right? The idea of marketing is to make it so that you don't have to sell hard. You can literally just throw up a sign and people will give you money. You get what I'm saying? You can throw up a page, people will just throw money at you or even ask you to give you money, right? So the squeeze page really should be something that if you got to sell hard on the squeeze page, you haven't done enough work on the marketing, right? The squeeze page is also the entry point to your email marketing. So this is where you set the tone for the value that they're going to get past the squeeze page. So imagine it being like a McDonald's billboard on the side of the road. If it just had the golden arches, you're probably not going to stop. But what they do is they put a big burger on there, fries, that looks like it's steamy, and then a drink, you know what I mean? And they tell you get all of this for $4.99 or whatever it is, and then they say exit to the next right. That's literally a squeeze page, but it's in a way, it's not a squeeze page, but it's it's an offer that's put to you to give you everything you need to know about the value that you're going to get if you go to the next exit on the right. You're going to go to McDonald's, you're going to get the burger, fries, and drink, and it's going to be great. That's basically what they're trying to make you think. So that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to essentially give your audience as they come into your squeeze page, you're trying to give them the understanding that they're going to receive something valuable, right? Super duper valuable. And the way that they know that is because you've done the research to know what problems that they're facing so that you can solve that specific problem, right? And then when you give them the benefits, when you show them social proof, or you've already built your authority, they have really nothing else to question. And so when you give them the call to action to say, hey, download now or sign up now, they're going to sign up simply because the value by now way outweighs the fact that they're going to get some emails. You get what I'm saying? And that's really the goal of marketing and the squeeze page, is to make it so that by the time they get to the squeeze page, right? Because like I said, this is a system. This isn't just a page, right? The system of your marketing should guide people to the squeeze page, and before they even click to go to the squeeze page, they shouldn't even get there and think like, do I actually want this? By the time they get there, they should know that that's what they actually want. And basically the offer, the benefit should just wet their whistle. Now, people like pictures, so add a picture if you're giving away like an ebook or something like that. If you're not giving an ebook away and you're doing a video, make your video in a way that builds more value, that actually enhances the value of just the squeeze page, right? And then that way they know what they're getting. There's only one thing for them to do, and there's no way they have to think that they would be foolish not to enter their email. All right. And then the first few emails that you do, which we're going to go into later, but first few emails that you do have to deliver immense value, so that it's like you've cemented yourself in their brain as the person that they must click their email to open. And that's how you get high open rates, like I brought up in a video in the past. Increasing your email open rates is all about being relevant and showing that you're providing value. But I'm not going to dive deep into that because this video is getting a little longer than I wanted it to be. So that's it for this video. Hopefully you guys got something out of that. And if you did, give me that thumbs up, man. Let me know. And also, I'm going to be talking a lot more about email marketing for over the next couple weeks. So if you have any questions about email marketing specifically, or if you've seen any results based on what you learned from this video, leave it in the comment section, okay? Once again, this is Mike Malbro. Thank you for stopping by, and I'll see you guys on the next video.